During the Tides of Terraria update, we got plenty of awesome creatures that were outside the norm of what we normally see in Palworld. And out of all of them, the Enchanted Sword was my personal favorite, mainly due to it literally just being a sword that's, well, enchanted. So with them being quite a unique pal in the game, I wanted to take the time to show you all how to make them as strong as possible. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Speaker Ed, and today I'm going to be showing you how to upgrade the Enchanted Sword in Palworld. Now before we get into the video, I want to quickly talk to you all about today's sponsor, Berrybyte. Berrybyte is a server hosting service that allows you to create and run dedicated servers on a wide variety of games, including Palworld. I've heard you all enjoy my upgrade guides due to them being simple and straight to the point, and thankfully setting up a server with Berrybyte is as well. All you have to do is decide on how many players you want on the server, whether you're on Xbox or Steam, and where you want the server to be located. Luckily, they have servers across the globe, so no matter where you are, Berrybyte has you covered. And with their servers using the latest Ryzen-based hardware, you'll never have to worry about a laggy experience while hosting your server. And just like that, you can have a private dedicated server for you and your friends to play on. They even have configurable backups for your world, so you don't ever have to worry about losing your progress. Plus, with their affordable prices for Palworld servers starting at just $7 a month, there's no better place to get an awesome dedicated server. On top of their great prices, if you use my promo code SPEAKER20, then you can save yourself an extra 20% off your next server. Once again, that promo code is SPEAKER20 to save yourself an extra 20% off your next server. So if you're interested in hosting a dedicated server or just want to support the channel in general, you can check out Berrybyte by clicking the links in the description below. Thank you very much, Berrybyte, for sponsoring the channel, and without further ado, let's get back into the video. Also, just a friendly reminder that if you enjoy any of the music you hear during this video or just want to support the channel in general, you can check out my DMCA free music label, SpeakerEd Studios, in the description below. Finally, I want to give a quick shout out to the individual who suggested I make an upgrade guide on the Enchanted Sword. Your comment and support is greatly appreciated. But with all that out of the way, let's get back to the guide. So before we go over any upgrades for the Enchanted Sword, we need to go over some of the basics of them first. The Enchanted Sword is a pure neutral type pal that can only be found in the Terraria dungeon towards the southeastern side of the volcano. They can also be bred through a few different Terraria creature breeding combinations that can be found on Palworld's official website. Moving on to their partner skill, while out and fighting together, they'll cause dark type pals to drop more items when defeated, which can be pretty helpful when farming supplies. Talking about exclusive skills now, the Enchanted Sword is going to have one exclusive active skill, which is Sword Charge. Finally, when it comes to their base skills, the Enchanted Sword is only going to be a level 1 in lumbering, so not the best pal to have working at your base. But with all the basics out of the way for the Enchanted Sword, let's actually start upgrading them. So the first way to upgrade the Enchanted Sword is by getting one with good passive skills. While the Enchanted Sword is limited on passive skills due to the restrictive breeding combinations, the passive skills I used to upgrade mine were Demon God, Diamond Body, Serenity, and Vampiric. Also, by taking advantage of Yakumo's partner skill, which makes it easier to find wild pals with passive skills similar to itself, you can easily get all these skills onto the Enchanted Sword. But getting back to the upgrades, these passive skills will give your Enchanted Sword a 40% attack boost, a 35% defense boost, a 30% cooldown on all active skills, and finally a lifesteal effect thanks to Vampiric. I'll also mention that if you want to give them more power, then you could either replace Vampiric or Serenity with either Musclehead or Ferocious. Now for the sake of this video, I'll be sticking with the first set of skills that I mentioned. However, a combination of any of the previously mentioned skills would work great with the Enchanted Sword. But once you've got an Enchanted Sword with the passive skills you prefer, the next way to upgrade them is by using a Pal Condenser. Any pal can have their partner skill along with all their general stats upgraded in a Pal Condenser. On top of this, once a pal is fully upgraded in a Pal Condenser, all of their base skills will level up by 1 as well, which can drastically increase production speeds at any base. With a total of 117 pals, you can upgrade a pal 4 times in a Pal Condenser, with the first upgrade needing 4 pals, the next one needing 16 pals, the upgrade after that needing 32 pals, and the final upgrade needing 64 pals. Now, assuming it took you a few attempts to get an Enchanted Sword with the passive skills you prefer, you should have enough spare pals to upgrade them at least a couple of times in a Pal Condenser. But once you've finished upgrading your Enchanted Sword in a Pal Condenser, the next way to upgrade them is by hitting that subscribe button and liking the video. Doing both these things will give you and your pal an 100% boost in being awesome, plus it helps support the channel a ton, so if you enjoy this sort of content and want to see more of it, then make sure to subscribe. But the actual next way to upgrade your Enchanted Sword is by using a Statue of Power. By using a total of 30 small pal souls, 18 medium pal souls, 18 large pal souls, and 90 giant pal souls, you can give a 60% boost to any pal's health, attack, and defense stats. And to get pal souls, you can do this in a wide variety of ways. The first way to get them is by farming them from pal drops. And to help you with this, here's a list of every pal in the game that drops pal souls. So the next way to get pal souls is by farming predator pals, which drop giant pal souls. And to help you with this as well, here's the current map found on Palworld's official website of where all the predator pals spawn. Another way to get pal souls is by doing the pal genetic research mission in the pal expedition station. I'll also mention that there are other missions that will give pal souls as well, but this is the only mission that'll give all 4 types of pal souls. Now the last way you can get pal souls is by fishing or doing salvages. By using a fishing pole, bait, and a powerful fishing magnet for salvages, which can be unlocked at level 61, you can get a wide variety of items including pal souls from both these tasks. I will mention that there's other ways of getting pal souls, such as finding them in chests or just on the ground all across the map, but all of the previously mentioned ways are how I personally stock up on pal souls. So once you've finished upgrading your enchanted sword and a statue of power, the next way to upgrade them is by increasing their hidden potential stats. By using ability glasses unlocked at level 34, you can see the hidden potential stats of any pal in the game. And by using one of 3 types of pal fruits, you can increase one of these stats by 10 depending on which fruit you give your pal. Now in order to get pal fruits, you can do this through a few different methods. The first way to get pal fruits is by defeating either the Bellinor Libero, Blazemut Ryu, Xenolord, or the Moonlord raid bosses. The next way to get them is by buying them from any metal merchant located at any destroyed church on the map using dog coins. To get dog coins, you can find them by searching land and water salvage piles, elemental chests, supply drops, and treasure spots. On top of this, you can also get them through the Moonflower secret hideout mission in the Pal Expedition Station. And finally, the best way to get dog coins is by getting them as drops from wild Mimogs. Also a helpful tip for hunting Mimogs to have a Catress with you while searching for these pals. While fighting together, Catress's partner skill makes neutral type pals drop more items when defeated, which includes Mimogs and dog coins. And don't forget to upgrade Catress's partner skill in the pal condenser to further increase the amount of dog coins Mimogs drop. But moving on to the next way you can get pal fruits, and that's by getting them from a vigilante bounty officer using bounty tokens. Bounty tokens are another form of rare currency that can only be obtained after defeating wanted NPCs across the map, with the more difficult ones dropping more tokens. Also, to help you get more bounty tokens, I recommend catching the wanted NPCs in high tier spheres and then butchering them to gain double the amount of tokens. And you can do this either by hand or with a pal disassembly conveyor. You could also use Splatterina and their partner skill to further increase the amount of tokens you could get. However, keep in mind that this ability only works with pals that are butchered by hands, along with it not always giving extra tokens with their ability. Finally, the last main way to get pal fruits is by buying them from the arena merchant using tickets, which can be earned after each arena victory. So while these are the main ways to get pal fruits, there is another way to increase your pal's hidden potential stats, and that's by using Dr. Braun. This is a special NPC that can be found randomly anywhere on the map that has the ability to operate on 1 pal per day. What this operation does is it'll either increase or decrease your pal's hidden stats depending on how the operation goes. A good operation has a chance of increasing a pal's stats by 15 or 30 points, along with possibly giving them a new random positive passive skill, while a bad operation will decrease a pal's stats by 30, along with possibly giving it a new random negative passive skill. So even though this operation is a bit of a gamble, I wanted to mention it for those who may be interested in trying this method out. Now regardless of which method you decide to go with, you want to upgrade their hidden potential stats until all of them are at 100. But once you've finished upgrading your enchanted sword's hidden stats, these are currently all the permanent upgrades you can do to them at this time. However, there still are a few temporary upgrades you can do to the enchanted sword, and the first of these upgrades is by increasing their trust level. With the Tides of Terraria update, trust levels have been added to every pal, which can increase or decrease depending on how you treat your pals. Every pal will start with a level 1 trust level and can go all the way up to level 10, with each level increasing a pal's general stats. And to level up this stat, all you have to do is anything that'll gain you experience, even if it's just exploring the map. However, another simple method of upgrading this stat is by feeding your pal kinship peaches. This is a new consumable that'll drastically increase a pal's trust levels, with around 10 of these bringing a pal's trust level to 10. Plus, you can get these from a vigilante bounty officer for 15 bounty tokens, from the main chest at high level stronghold outposts, and finally they can rarely be found growing out in the world. But by far, this is definitely the fastest way to increase your pal's trust level. So moving on to the next way you can temporarily upgrade your enchanted sword, and that's with food. Depending on what food you or your pal eats, they can grant a wide variety of benefits such as attack boosts, defense boosts, work speed boosts, along with many others. For combat purposes, I always go with either Mammoth Curry or Galeclaw Nikujaga. However, I highly recommend looking through all the different food options you can craft to see which ones might work best for you. Now the next way you can temporarily upgrade the enchanted sword is by taking advantage of Cremus's partner skill. While in your party, they'll give an attack boost to neutral type pals also in your party. With a level 1 partner skill, they'll grant a 10% attack boost. However, upgrading this partner skill will also cause this boost to increase, with a level 5 partner skill granting a 20% attack boost. Also, since I never really mentioned it in the past, this is the passive skill combination I'd recommend using for Cremus. But if you had 4 Cremuses in your party with fully upgraded partner skills alongside your enchanted sword, then they'd gain an additional 80% attack boost. So moving on to the next temporary upgrade now, and that's by using accessories. By using a combination of general attack whistles, general defense whistles, and elemental whistles, you can increase either a pal's general stats or specific type moves. Now to make my enchanted sword as strong as possible, I decided to use a rare attack whistle, an uncommon attack whistle, a rare defense whistle, and finally a rare neutral support whistle. I will mention on a regular basis I would normally replace either the uncommon attack whistle or either the neutral support whistle or defense whistle with player accessories. However, for the sake of making my enchanted sword as strong as possible, these are the accessories I'll be using with them. So on to the next temporary upgrade for the enchanted sword, and that's by using either the boost guns. These are support weapons that'll either boost allied pals stats or damage enemies depending on which target you're shooting at. This boost will affect allied pals for 30 seconds, will give varied stat increases depending on which gun you use. But by taking advantage of either of these weapons, you can give an extra boost to your pals during difficult fights if you need to. But moving on to the very last way you can temporarily upgrade the enchanted sword, and that's by doing upgrades in the PAL Labor Research Laboratory. What this structure does is it'll give passive boosts to your base and the pals working at your base depending on which paths you upgrade. There are 9 different categories you can upgrade, with each one having their own unique benefits. That being said, if you were to upgrade the far right path on all 9 categories, then you could give all the pals working at your base an 18% boost in attack and defense. Just keep in mind that these upgrades will only work with pals working at your base. But with that last upgrade out of the way, these are currently all the upgrades you can do to the enchanted sword. So if you upgraded your pal the same ways I did in this video, not including upgrades from the PAL Labor Research Laboratory, then their stats should generally look like these. Now instead of just showing a bunch of numbers on screen, we're going to do a quick battle against normal mode Selyne and Selyne to test them out. Also, for those who are curious, these are the active skills that my pal will be using during this fight. But without further ado, let the fight against Selyne and Selyne begin. Alright, enchanted sword, let's see what you can do, buddy. Yikes, hate to see that. Uh-oh, gotta move. Come on, enchanted sword, I believe in ya. Nice damage. I just love that little spinning move he does. It's just really cool to see. Get him. Come on, enchanted sword, just a couple more good hits and she should be done for. Big laser, tank it. Oh, yikes. Come on, enchanted sword. One more good hit. Get him. Oh, so close. GG's. Nice job for literally just being a sword. You did pretty good in my opinion. So with that battle finished up, here's where the enchanted sword is going to stack up on our chart for now. But that's going to be my upgrade guide in the enchanted sword. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you found this video helpful, and also let me know what pals you'd like to see me upgrade in the future. Finally, once again, thanks to Berrybyte for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to check them out in the description below. But that's all I have to say for now, so thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch all y'all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.